Hi, my name is Shola Adeshaki and I'm your personal and business finance coach. A while ago, there was this trending issue on Twitter and people were saying that why should people say live within your means? I'm sure live within your means is a phrase you have heard time and again. Live within your means. What is your means? I mean, it literally means don't do more than what you're able to do. Don't do more than what you're earning. So in this day and age, there's this, competition, intense competition and intense desperation, to live like people are living. I mean, to do things like people are doing. There's the ill of social media where people think, I am not measuring up. I am not doing as much. My mates, my friends are doing so much. No, you don't need to put yourself under pressure. Wealth building is a marathon and not a sprint. Be careful of get-rich-quick schemes. A lot of people fall victims of, all of these schemes that promise you 300% in 1 month, and you just find yourself putting your money in different things that, cause you ache at the end of the day. There are definitely legitimate ways of making more money, multiple streams of income. People call me the queen of multiple sources of income. You know why? I've got about 10 to 15 sources of income. Time will not permit me, to go into some of it, but, these things are doable. But before I go further into the video, I'd like to share with you my learnings from the Cashflow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. So Robert Kiyosaki is a very great author. I would encourage you, to pick up his books. He's the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad. How many of you, have heard about that book? You need to read it. Very interesting. And you have the Cashflow Quadrant as well. So I particularly like the Cashflow Quadrant because Robert Kiyosaki tells us that everybody can make money from each of the four quadrants, or even more than one. You can be an employee. You can be a self-employed. So on the left-hand side of the quadrant, you have the employee and the self-employed. On the right-hand side, you have the business owner and the investor. We all find ourselves operating in at least one part of this quadrant part time. So you're an employee, you are earning salary. If you don't go to work, you don't earn money. That's what being an employee means. So you are giving your time in exchange for money. So a self-employed person is somebody who works for himself, has a business, a makeup business, or a business that is just all about him or her. So if you are not feeling well, then there's no money. If you're not feeling well, then you can go out to make money, but you report to yourself. A business owner is somebody who has established a business and a set of systems such that whether he's working or not, whether she's there or not, the business is working. There are controls, there are systems. A Dangote doesn't have to be at the sugar plant. It doesn't have to be anywhere. He's making money. He has set up, controls. He has set up systems, to keep making money. And then you have the investor. So a lot of people think that being an investor means you have billions of naira. No, the narratives are changing. You might be an employee and then you're an investor. Being an investor simply means you are making your money work for you. And I tell people you don't have to have the millions before you can start investing. You can start, with a little amount of money. You're sleeping, your money is working for you, whether in mutual funds, whether in real estate, or wherever you decide to put your money, as long as it is legitimate. So from that cash flow quadrant, I believe that, you would have found yourself or positioned yourself in one of those. I fall into the self-employed and business owner and investor. I mean, I'm taking my investing goals a notch higher. I'm, doing so much of investment nowadays. So remember where I started from, living within your means. I like for people to live within their means, but I tell people, why don't you increase your means instead? Yes, you live within your means, which is fine, but increase your means. Make more money. Use other people's time. Leverage on other people's skill. Leverage on opportunities and make money. Collaboration. Why don't you work with somebody? So let me give you a few examples of my own multiple sources of income. So I'm an accountant by profession, and I still practice accounting. I have a firm, and we do all of this accounting, for SMEs, we consult. But I've realized that my passion is more into personal finance and then, helping small business owners establish a structure. So I entered into a partnership with a friend and a sister who has a knack for, accounting, proper accounting. So I get the jobs, she executes, and we share the money. That's a source of income. I teach personal finance, I run courses, that's another source of income. I have confectionaries. So, I consult for a company and I pack my lunch from the house every day. But sometimes, you pack your lunch, but you're peckish around noon. You don't want to eat your food. And then I would tell them, can you get snacks for me? And then they would say, oh, it will take so much, to take a public transport back and forth, 500. And then to buy the snacks, that's another 600. So I'm going to spend about 1,215 on snacks when I still have my lunch. So one day, on my way home, I just stopped by where, people were selling snacks. And I asked them, so would you give me a discount? I'd like to take some to work so I can resell. It was a Thursday. So Friday morning, I went, packed some of those things, took them to work. And you know what? Within 1 hour, we sold out. That was a need that was waiting to be met. And that was how I found myself in the confectionery business. So I'm not just a chartered accountant, I'm a chartered confectioner. I'm a chartered donut maker. I'm a chartered scotch egg maker. So I identified a need around me and I keyed into it. Right now I have established systems and structures around it. I don't have to be there and I am making money. Okay, so you can collaborate with people. I consult, that's another source of income. Many years ago, I was working with a lawyer and I would say, Shola, you know how to write, you write well. Today, I've written 6 books and these books are best-selling and they make me money, they fetch me money. So my talent led me into writing. I started out by doing a blog. From blogging, I started to write for magazines and now I've written my books and I'm still a guest contributor, to a couple of magazines here and there. So increasing your means just reduces the stress on you financially because money is coming in from here. I have investments. Yes, I earn my credit from my investment. I am into affiliate marketing. I sell products, indirectly for some companies. Do you understand? So increasing your means is the way to go. Multiple sources of income. Some people will tell you, I'm not cut out for business. I used to say that many years ago, I'm not cut out for business. But now I've realized that I just needed to get the literacy. And then, but now, gone are those days when I would say, I'm not cut out for business. So you might still be an employee. There are side hustles you can do by the side. Like I explained, you can collaborate with people. You don't have the time, but you have the access. You can introduce somebody who has, the time to things or to people that you would have loved to do by yourself. So you can collaborate, you can consult, you can learn a new skill like I did. I remember a time ago when I went to learn how to cook. So you can increase your means, you can make money, you can invest. Sometimes just put your money. I have an investment club and all we do is to invest in legitimate businesses. So you can, just look for opportunities to make your money work for you. Increasing your means, I think, is the way to go because if you want to continue to contain yourself within your means, you will not be able to, soar, you'll not be able to look for better opportunities and you will be restricted. There's so much money out there to be made. Make use of your skills, look inward, make use of your talent. Sometimes you might have to start just giving out some of these things for free. But a time will come, you have to monetize your talent, you have to monetize your hobbies, you have to go for courses, just learn to be a better person. And don't say, oh, I know how to do makeup, but the makeup market is saturated. No, there are about 200 million people in Nigeria, 7 million people around the world. There are still people that your own business, your own skills can still service. So I don't like for people to say, no, there are so many people doing it. No. Carve a niche for yourself. Look inward, look around, tell people, be consistent as well. When I first started to talk about personal finance, everybody was like, but there's so many other personal finance tutors there. But I said, I have a passion. I want to help people. And personal finance has, taken me to places unimaginable. I've met interesting people. And, it's just amazing. once you make up your mind, to do some of these things, the doors keep opening up for you. So seek to increase your means. Don't restrict yourself, to staying under your means. Identify your talents and run with them. I wish you all the best as you endeavor to make more money. All the best.